Good night, Daddy.
No, sweetheart. Sleep tight.
Good night, my love. I'll be in a second, okay? Clean your teeth. What's the matter?
That's what I was going to ask you.
What do you mean?
Well, both of you have been acting kind of funny tonight.
We're tired.
That can't be all. Is there something about Uncle Duke?
No.
Look, there's no problem. All right? Really, believe me. Yeah.
It's fine, sweetheart.
You off?
Honestly. Go to bed. I'll be in a minute, all right?
Yeah.
Go on, sweetheart. Good night.
Well done. I mean, even the child can see that there's something wrong.
Something wrong with you.
I didn't run off and leave my wife and stepdaughter here stranded, did I?
I'm not stranded. I'm in my own house.
Well, your husband should be, so why hasn't he called?
He did call. We were out.
Hours ago. Why hasn't he called back? I mean, you and Robin could be dead for all he cares or knows about, given his behaviour at the moment.
Please, it's your behaviour that's... I've had enough of it. My husband doesn't make a habit of running around behind my back.
Oh, doesn't he?
What do you mean?
I didn't want to get into this, but I've been a little suspicious of his behaviour for some time.
Well, you surprised me.
It started during the Putnam hostage business.
No, it didn't. It started way before that.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. The minute the Duke started to pay attention to me, that's when it started.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Look, can you stop being defensive for just a minute and be reasonable?
No, it is impossible for you to be reasonable. When you start out on my husband, I've had enough of this. I want you out, and I want you to leave us alone in peace and quiet.
How's about peace and ignorance? You know, you've always been the hot one for never having any secrets. But I guess that only applies to other people's problems. You don't want to know about your own.
Well, that's my business.
Not when it's part of my family, it isn't.
That's not it at all. You know, you keep coming around here, hanging around, calling all the time, seeing how we are. But it's not because you care.
It isn't?
It's because you still got a thing about me. That's why.
What an ego.
Don't you dare laugh. It's true, isn't it? You can't deny it. You do still have a thing about me, Robert. You do. Just... Hello?
Hi, darling.
Duke.
Everything okay?
Yes.
Listen, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. I called and I spoke to Robin.
Well, she said you called, yes.
Yeah, she didn't know where you were or when you'd be home.
Well, I was with Robert at the club. We were waiting for you.
Oh, is Robert still following you around, is he?
Well, no, not exactly. I mean, I told him I had no intention of spending the evening with him. However, I asked Felicia and Sean there just to have a drink with me, and he tagged along. You're the one that should be doing the explaining, sweetheart.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, you know, I mean, you just went off without a word.
I didn't mean to upset you.
Imagine what you could do if you tried.
I can't explain.
You didn't even bother to phone.
I did call once.
Yeah, that was hours ago. You should have called back. I mean, Robin and I, we could be dead if all you cared.
Oh, go on now. Don't say that.
No, I just felt like that sometimes, yeah.
You know, you and Robin are always on my mind. I called the office, but you'd already left. That's when I called the house and I spoke to Robin.
Dude, where are you?
I'm in New York City.
What are you doing there?
I'm helping out a friend.
What friend? What help?
It's a friend of mine. He runs a restaurant here, and the business isn't too good. He asked me to come down, take a look, and see what I could, just throw in my 2 cents worth.
Well, when are you coming home, darling?
I missed the last shuttle back to Port Charles. I'm gonna stay the night. I expect to be home early tomorrow morning.
I see. Unless you get something better to do.
Oh, come on, there's no place I would rather be.
Julian's calling for you.
Just a second, please.
Duke, who's that?
Anna, I have to run.
Well, who's there with you?
It's my friend. Listen, can I call you back later? I really must go. Somebody's come up.
Well, do you have a number where I can reach you?
I can't.
Oh. Well, why not?
The restaurant telephone's been disconnected.
Well, what hotel are you staying at?
Hotel. I'm at the Belmont Arms.
So what's the telephone number there?
You have to get it from information log because I'm not there just now. I don't have
When are you going to be there?
it. Later.
Well, you know, I want to talk to you.
Duke, Julian wants you.
I'm coming. Anna, listen, love, I have to go. I love you and I miss you very, very much.
Well, yes, I can tell. You're pining away from me. Obviously, you know, you're too busy right now. So when you have time for your wife, just call.
Explain to me again the difference between trust and blind
Oh,
faith.
shut up.
I'll activate the alarm before I leave. Is there anything else you need?
Oh, that was sensational.
You weren't bad yourself, you know that? Shall we have a toast?
Well, what would we drink to?
To our new understanding.
No. No, it's the oldest understanding in the world.
Oh, I'm talking professional, not personal.
Well, my darling, you were good. But if I were you, I wouldn't start charging for it.
I'm talking about that silly fight that we had before about who was going to be assistant chief of staff.
All right. Yes, that silly fight.
You know, I'm just so glad that you came to your senses, Monica. I really, it's not to belittle you, my darling, but you wouldn't have had a chance against me anyway. And don't you think it's better that I should be carrying the family banner? I mean, it is the husband's job, don't you think?
Whatever you say. At the moment, I have got to get some sleep. I'm awfully tired.
Well, yeah, fine, but let's have a toast first. I'm going to have this thing off in a jiffy.
No, you're going here without me. I have an awfully busy day tomorrow.
We're in surgery?
No. Soliciting all of the board members. Without their unanimous vote, I could never be assistant chief of staff.
What are you doing?
Well, Felicia and Colton are gone. Your aunt's in bed, so use your imagination, my dear. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone.
Well, I'm just going to be gone for a couple of days.
I know, but you're not even out of town yet, and I'm lonely already. I better stock up.
Well, could we just maybe talk first?
Sure, when you get out of town, we'll phone each other. Right now, I'd like closer contact.
Wait. I'm serious. I don't know. I have a question kind of about Frisco and Felicia.
What about them?
Well, they almost seem, I don't know, too good to be true.
In what way?
Well, I always hear about how they were meant for each other.
Well, I'm sure they think they are.
Yeah, but, you know, I didn't really get to know Frisco before he left for the WSB, and I do know Felicia, and she does certainly seem to be head over heels in love with him.
But you don't believe it.
No, it's just that a marriage right now that's so perfect is rare. Do you really think that they have a 1 in a million relationship?
If I believed in that, I think they'd have it. Why?
Well, I don't know. I'm just amazed because it's hard enough having a relationship that's good when you're close together and always there, but they've been separated so much.
Except that Felicia is one tough girl. And believe me, if anybody can ride this out, she can, Lucy.
Well, I just hope so. I don't know. I just am interested to see what's going to happen now that Frisco's been listed as missing in action because I think she's just living on hope and prayers, and that doesn't really keep a girl very warm at night. I don't know if a woman like her can live that way, you know?
Oh, I think she can. You know, she's never looked at another man other than Frisco. She adores him.